Walk into any electronics store in 2025 and you're hit with a wall of glowing screens, dozens of TVs screaming 4K, HDR, smart, revolutionary technology. You stand there thinking, how different can they really be? $400, $900, $2,000, they all look shiny under showroom lights. That's the trap. Because here's the ugly truth. Not all TV brands are created equal. Some give you genuine cinematic magic in your living room. Others are basically disappointment machines with a power button. Today, we're ranking the biggest TV brands in America from absolute bottom tier to kings of picture quality, and some household names are about to get dragged. 12 RCA. The fossil that refused to evolve. RCA is that washed-up rock band still trying to tour on name recognition. Alone. Once, they were true pioneers who helped invent broadcasting itself. In 2025, their TVs are the definition of cheap and dated. The low price tag might look tempting, but the second you plug one in, you'll see why it was discounted. You get outdated panels, washed-out colors, and viewing angles so narrow you basically have to sit frozen in the perfect spot, like you're posing for a passport photo. Shift a few inches left or right, and your deep blacks instantly turn into a flat, lifeless gray. Real-world owner stories are rough. By month 3, colors fade. By month 6, the sound buzzes. By month 9, the screen goes black. Congrats! You now own a very large paperweight. If you miss RCA, buy a vintage radio. For a modern TV, skip this fossil. 11. Toshiba. The ghost. With a logo. There was a time when having a Toshiba flat screen in the early 2000s meant you were living the dream. Those days are over. The Toshiba name you see on shelves now is mostly just a licensed logo stuck on budget hardware made by other manufacturers. It's like ordering Kobe beef and getting a microwaved burger with the same name tag. Some newer. Toshibas run Amazon's Fire TV system, so at first glance the interface looks clean and familiar. But underneath, the panels are cheap. The build quality feels flimsy, and durability is so questionable that planned obsolescence starts to sound generous. You're essentially buying frosting with no cake, pretty on the outside, empty on the inside. In 2025, buying Toshiba for nostalgia is like buying a movie sequel you already know went straight to streaming for a reason. 10. JVC. The invisible middle, child JVC has legendary status in audio gear and cameras, but in the TV world they've drifted into the background. Grab a JVC on sale at Walmart and you're rolling the dice. The biggest problem is inconsistency. Specs and even core components can change depending on the region. The JVC you buy in California might not be remotely similar to the one your cousin gets in Australia. That kind of chaos makes it impossible to know what you're really getting. User complaints tell the same story. Laggy menus, streaming apps that freeze, and quality control that feels like a coin toss. Sometimes you luck into a decent budget set, sometimes you get a headache in a cardboard box. JVC isn't the absolute worst offender, but it's forgettable, and often regrettable once the remote stops working 6 months in. 9. Vizio. The fallen budget hero. This one hurts. Back in the 2010s, Vizio was the smart shopper's secret weapon. Solid picture quality at prices that made the big brands nervous. You felt clever owning one. But Vizio in 2025 is a different story. Their SmartCast software is clunky and glitch-prone. Menus, lag, apps crash, and updates sometimes break features that were fine the day before. On top of that, their once strong durability has taken a hit. Owners now report panels failing within a couple of years, remotes that respond like it's 2003 dial-up, and features that never quite work as advertised. Since the Walmart acquisition, Vizio has slid from budget disruptor to good enough if it's on clearance. You can still snag a deal, but it's no longer the unbeatable value it once was. If you're bargain hunting today, TCL or Hisense usually give you more for your money. Transition. Leaving the trash. Entering the middle. We've taken out the trash, RCA, Toshiba, JVC, Vizio. Now we're moving into the brands that live in the middle of the pack. Some of these are quietly hanging on. Others are clawing their way upward. And a couple of underdogs are surprisingly worth your attention. These aren't always the names plastered across giant billboards, but they might just be the smartest choices if you know what you're looking at. 8. Sansui. The simple survivor. Remember Sansui? Most people barely do, but they're still around, quietly pumping out TVs that do one job: turn on and work. You're not getting cutting-edge picture quality or mind-blowing HDR here. Sansui is the reliable old sedan in your neighbor's driveway. It won't win races, but it'll get you where you're going. The upside is simple practicality. Many models come with Roku or Android TV built in. Some even support Dolby Vision. And prices are very reasonable if you're outfitting a spare bedroom, rental unit, or dorm. The downside is obvious too. Don't expect premium materials, ultra-fast processors, or advanced gaming features. Sansui isn't trying to impress, it's just trying not to let you down. 7. Skyworth. The sleeper. Pick Skyworth is the brand. That makes friends squint at your TV and ask, "Wait, what brand is that?" But if you're brave enough to try it, you might be pleasantly surprised. Their OLED and mini LED models often come loaded with Google TV, solid color accuracy, and screen sizes that feel huge for the price. The kicker is that they're usually a few $100s cheaper than better-known competitors with similar specs. The trade-off is speed. Processors can be slower, so menus and app launches may feel a bit sluggish. If you're just binge-watching Netflix instead of running a stock trading empire from your TV, that delay probably won't bother you. Skyworth is the underdog team that isn't flashy or famous. But when the game starts, they hold their own against the favorites. Tekka's Sharp. The 90s rock band on a comeback tour. Sharp was once the undisputed king of big screens. They practically owned the living room in the plasma era. Then they vanished from the US spotlight. Behind the scenes overseas, though, Sharp has been quietly building impressive mini LED tech that's starting to turn heads. It's not a full American comeback yet, but the potential is real. Think of Sharp as your favorite 90s band announcing a reunion tour. If they nail the new material, it could be epic. If they don't, at least you got some nostalgia. For now, Sharp is a wait-and-see brand in the US market. But if they bring their best mini LED sets stateside with competitive pricing, they could surprise a lot of people who barely remember they exist. 5. Hisense. The underdog punching above its weight. 10 years ago, almost nobody in America cared about Hisense. Today, they're one of the most dangerous players in the TV game. The Hisense U8 series is a perfect example. You can walk into a store with under $1,000 and walk out with a TV that looks like it should cost twice as much. We're talking mini LED brightness, Dolby Vision support, surprisingly strong gaming performance, and color accuracy that rivals the big brands. The catch is consistency. The gap between Hisense's entry-level and premium models is huge, and quality control can vary. Buy the wrong one and you'll be disappointed. Buy the right one and you'll be bragging about how you outsmarted everyone else in the aisle. Hisense is the scrappy fighter, rough around the edges, but capable of landing knockout shots. 4. TCL. From garage band to stadium headliner, TCL used to be the cheap TV you buy in college brand. That version of TCL is gone. The QM8 Mini LED line changed the conversation completely. Now you're looking at brightness, contrast, and gaming features that can legitimately rival Samsung and LG at roughly half the price. Even years ago, the 6 series was the first wake-up call. bringing QLED and local dimming to normal budgets. Today, TCL isn't just good for the price, it's simply good. Action movies, sports, 4K YouTube binges, TCL handles all of it with confidence. Quality control is still their main weak spot. Some people unbox a perfect panel, others find dead pixels or light bleed and have to deal with returns. But when TCL gets it right, you're getting about 90% of a high-end experience for maybe 60% of the cost. They're no longer the opening act, they're headlining. Transition. Enter the giants. We've survived the fossils, the ghosts, and the scrappy underdogs. Now we're stepping into the arena of the giants. The brands covering billboards, dominating online ads, and swallowing up entire store walls. These names have the hype, the marketing budgets, and the reputations. The real question is, are you paying for real performance or just shiny branding? Let's see which of these giants actually earn their spot on your wall. 3. Sony. The luxury performer Sony has been in the TV game for decades, and unlike RCA or Toshiba, they never left. Their old Trinitron sets defined an era, and today their OLED and mini LED Bravia models proudly carry that legacy forward. Sony is for people who obsess over picture quality and don't want to tinker for hours. Their processing is some of the best in the industry. Sports stay smooth without that weird soap opera effect. Action scenes are crisp and punchy, and movies often look better than you remember them in theaters. For gamers, Sony pairs especially well with PlayStation 5, offering HDMI 2.1, VRR, and motion handling tuned for high-speed gameplay. Sony definitely used to charge a heavy brand tax, asking thousands for features others delivered cheaper. In 2025, that's finally changing. They've started recycling last year's flagship tech into more affordable models without gutting the experience, bringing their premium feel into reach for more people. Bottom line, Sony is still a luxury, but it's a smarter, more accessible luxury now. If you want elite picture quality with minimal setup hassle, this is where you splurge. 2. Samsung. The hype machine. With a bright sidewalk into any Best Buy, and the Samsung wall is impossible to miss. It's Vegas. Neon bright, dazzling, and built to impress. A lot of that hype is deserved. Samsung's QLED and Neo QLED panels pump out insane brightness and razor-sharp color that makes sports, movies, and games explode off the screen. Their anti-glare tech is a lifesaver in bright rooms, and in recent years they've finally embraced OLED with models like the S95D and S95F, giving Samsung access to those deep blacks they used to skip. On the gaming front, they're pushing hard. Xbox Game Pass, GeForce Now, and cloud gaming options are baked in, letting you stream AAA titles straight to the TV without a console. The fine print starts with software bloat. Samsung loves preloaded apps and home screen ads, even on TVs that cost $100 or more. Nothing kills a premium vibe faster than an insurance promo popping up before Netflix launches. They also love pushing futuristic tech, micro-LED, modular, panels, ultra-thin designs that's still priced out of reach for most people. In short, Samsung is an innovation beast. But if you hate cluttered menus and forced recommendations, you might start resenting that glossy remote after a few weeks. 1. LG. The OLED king if Samsung is the loud hype machine, LG is the silent assassin. No circus, no fireworks, just the best overall picture quality most people can buy. LG's OLED panels are still in a league of their own. Perfect blacks, infinite contrast, and colors so rich and natural you'll swear you're looking through a window. Late-night thrillers, Sunday football, Mario Kart marathons, they all look and feel better on a good LG OLED. Their WebOS interface is slick, simple, and far less cluttered with ads than Samsung's platform. making everyday use a lot less annoying. For gamers, LG is still the GOAT. Widespread HDMI 2.1 support, high refresh rates, and extremely low input lag make these sets top tier for next-gen consoles and PC gaming. Yes, OLED burn-in is still a theoretical concern if you leave static logos or tickers on for hours every day, but LG has dramatically improved panel lifespan and protection features. Most normal users will never see a problem. Bottom line, LG remains king in 2025. If you want the best cinematic performance with the fewest compromises, this is the brand that consistently delivers. Bonus: Panasonic, the filmmaker's choice. After nearly a decade off the mainstream US radar, Panasonic has staged a quiet comeback like a cult favorite director dropping a surprise sequel. Their Z95A OLED is absolutely insane when it comes to color accuracy and HDR handling. If you're the kind of person who wants to see movies exactly as the director graded them, Panasonic is your holy grail. Reviews from professionals and filmmakers are glowing. This is reference-grade stuff. The problem is availability. Finding one in the US can feel like chasing a limited sneaker drop, and when you do, the price is anything but casual. For hardcore cinephiles, though, Panasonic is proof that some legends don't fade. They return swinging. Final takeaway: picking the brand that owns your living room. We've walked the whole lineup. From zombies shambling along store shelves, to scrappy fighters clawing for relevance, all the way up to the giants battling for your living room wall. The real takeaway? Buying a TV in 2025 isn't about whatever spec is printed biggest on the box. It's about choosing the screen that's going to shape your nights, your weekends, and your downtime. That TV will host your movie marathons, your Sunday football blowouts, your late-night, just one more episode binges. It's where your kids will watch cartoons, your friends will scream during game night, and you'll lose hours to new worlds. Pick the wrong brand and all that joy gets tainted. Dead pixels, washed-out colors, janky software, and home screens, clogged with ads like spam in your inbox. That's not entertainment. That's frustration dressed up in 4K. Pick the right brand, and the tech disappears. LG's OLED turns your living room into a private cinema. Sony's processing makes sports feel alive and effortless. Samsung floods the room with light and color like the Vegas Strip on a Friday night. Hisense and TCL prove you don't have to sell your car to get something that feels premium. A great TV should fade into the background and let the story take over. You forget the panel and just feel the moment. That's why we do this, to cut through the marketing noise and show you what's actually worth your money. If you want more guides that save you cash, spare you regret, and help you dodge the shiny traps, this is your spot. Hit subscribe, smash that like button, because spending smart isn't just about saving dollars, it's about buying back your peace of mind.